Shout out Q. Shout out Q. Shout out Q. Shout out Q.
obviously one more match for all the marbles. Kind of, you have that phrase of one game, right? It's just another game. But how do you not like make it bigger than it is?
I mean, we really just have been taking it one game at a time. It's hard. I mean, it's a final. It's hard not to make it bigger, but we talked about here kind of not stressing it so much beforehand, not playing the game like 10 times before you play the actual game. So kind of disconnecting this week is really important. Doing things outside of the field, I feel like, is really important. And of course, we're all going to be together on the trip, so that's always fun.
A final. What is that like? Kind of takes in between the lines. What is it like being a part of a championship match, a final? What is it like?
It honestly just means the world. Y'all probably know like our team's been through so much, like all the people that we've lost, like the stuff that we've been through. It's been a long season. It just makes everything like feel so worth it, especially when you have people that you're playing for like we do. So
What kind of confidence do you and your teammates get knowing that you have Aubrey back there?
she's always like such a brick wall for us. I mean, she does it every single day at practice. So I mean, yes, that was a sick moment, but I was not surprised whatsoever because she does that kind of stuff in practice all the time. She just gives us so much confidence back there and kind of like the voice that she has. I know she helps me a lot personally in the back line because we're close to her, kind of directing traffic. So she just gives us a lot of confidence back there for sure.
Hal, several of your teammates have been here before. What's it like to have that championship pedigree on this team behind you, supporting you?
I think it's great, especially since we have a lot of younger players that have had to step up, like having like older teammates that have kind of been there, done that. It gives us more confidence for sure, and has people older that can kind of direct us in kind of hectic, stressful moments like this. So,
I mean, how would you describe Jonas?
Jonah's style, I mean, you see it in how we play. It's like, yes, we're calculated in what we do, like our game plan, our possession, everything like that. But I feel like he's also brought kind of like a bite out of us. I mean, we've always had it, but you can see it in these past play double overtimes, go to PKs, just being able to push kind of past that line. Usually able to.
Hal, you played Orlando twice this season, the regular season. It's been a while since you played them. How much of those matches do you guys take into account when you come into this championship match, or do you kind of flush those and it's just another new match for you guys against an Orlando team?
Honestly, it's a new match. I felt this way about like Gotham FC. We played with them. We were successful both times. It's easy for a team to go into a third game that we twice and be like, oh, like we don't think that way like at all. It's a at the end of the day, like based on the result, we're going home.
Aubrey, preparing pretty much the biggest game of the season. Like Scott said it before, for all the marbles. How's the feeling between your teammates, between the locker room out here in practice?
We're excited. Yeah, this is what we've worked so hard for. We've lost to them twice in the regular season, so we're looking forward to avenging that loss and giving it all we have in Kansas City on Saturday.
What was your phone like after those three saves? What were the notifications, social media, family, friends?
It was pretty busy. It had a lot of just well wishes from family, friends, anyone I've ever played with. Just really happy for me, happy for the team, and wishing us all the best.
Aubrey, you've played in a final before. What are these matches like? Take us through kind of the intensity, the physicality of a final.
Yeah, it's different. Like you said, it's going to be a battle, especially their team's very physical. We're physical, and you kind of do whatever you can to disrupt momentum. That's what Gotham did against us. A lot of fouls, a lot of cards. So I think maybe the beginning will be kind of feeling each other out, but it just comes down to who can take advantage of their opportunities when they come.
Orlando was the best team in the regular season. They beat you twice, so you guys might be the underdog in this match. How do you kind of embrace maybe that mentality and that role in this final?
We like it. I think we've kind of been counted out all season long, just not making the playoffs last year, coming in with a new coach, kind of a rebuild, losing some of our key players. No one really expected us to do this well. Of course, we did. But I think during the season, it was kind of Kansas City and Orlando just battling for the top. And we kind of snuck in there and finished second. And we've always believed in ourselves this whole time. And I think we'll show that on the field, that we know that we can be the champions. And hopefully, that's how we end the year.
What, if anything, have impressed you about your teammates this postseason run, how they've handled these games and everything?
Yeah, everything. I think there's a lot of maturity, especially in the way that you can see us bounce back after we've conceded in both of our playoff matches. To come back from behind and keep giving it everything we've got up into the 92nd minute from that equalizer with Hal. And also with McKenna just serving the ball, it was perfect. So it's hard, especially for young players, to not get lost in the pressure and the heat of the moment. But I thought we've done a great job keeping our cool, playing to our identity, and just picking each other up and being there for each other and just believing in ourselves.
We'll go to Josh and then to Jake.
It seems like this team, through the first game to now, seems to have a great bond together. How huge is it to have that great bond and to play together as one team as you head into this championship game on Saturday?
Yeah, it's massive. You see that as a team, we're so much greater than the sum of our parts, and we really bring out the best of each other. So it's not just a bunch of individuals playing for themselves. It's just this collective, really special bond, and it shows in the field. Everyone kind of gives their all. A lot of people have been fighting through injuries, and they're still grinding out 120 minutes. So we just have a lot of faith in each other and are willing to do whatever it takes to help get the team win.
Aubrey, it's already been mentioned that you've played Orlando twice this season, being the top team in the league. How much do you personally look back at those matches? Do you look back at those matches? How do you kind of approach this matchup on Saturday?
Looking back at the 2 games against Orlando in the regular season will be part of our game review and in preparation for how we'll face them on Saturday, especially, for me personally, kind of see what worked, what didn't, and what we can change. We're expecting them to kind of defend the same. They like to sit back a little bit more than Gotham, who pressed us. So there'll be a little bit of a difference going into the final, but ultimately it's, one game winner takes all. So just got to be ready for anything and can't really rely too much on what's happened in the past because, again, it is a final and, they could throw everything at us.
Aubrey, you obviously had a bunch of coaches in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Is there a little bit of stability feeling with Jonah here, and it feels like that's going to be your person going forward?
Definitely. Credit to Jonah, Adrian, the entire coaching staff. This year's been really smooth, especially compared to years past. We weren't sure exactly what it would look like having Adrian in for the first half and then Jonah, but it's been great. It's kind of like having 2 head coaches. We get to keep that relationship with Adrian and have someone that we trust and had built that relationship with still here to give us, tactical guidance. And obviously Jonah is super detail oriented. He's been a winner at all different levels. So we have an incredible staff and it's very stable. We've learned a lot, we've grown a lot, and looking forward to working with them in the future.
All right. We'll get one more and we'll go to Trent.
You were on that championship team in 2021. I'm curious, what are the main differences between that team and this team?
Oh, okay. Well, the main differences were off the pitch. We have the stability now, like we've talked about. Back then, we'd fired our coach mid-season, and we're just kind of winging it and going off of like good vibes and had this kind of like, screw the world, we're going to go win this mentality. This year, it's kind of the opposite. Like I said, we're motivated by just kind of our love for each other and how much we're committed and bought into this team. On the field, it's a little bit different. I think we're a bit younger of a team, but it doesn't seem that way. I think we're humble, we're hungry. But again, similarly, we have all the belief in ourselves. So I know we can win it just like we did in 2021.
Trinity, you've been through a lot in your 4 years here in terms of coaches and all that kind of stuff. I wonder how this season has fit in with all of that, and does it feel like more stable going forward?
Yeah, I heard Aubrey talking a little bit about it, but yeah, for sure. I think as the years have gone on, we've created a better foundation. If that's players, staff, higher ups, just kind of putting their foot down and making this a place for not only athletes but like women athletes, and we've always talked about that. But I think the support that we have is great. With all the injuries that we've had, the support that we have with the medical staff and getting them back is really good. And I feel a lot better this year than I have in the past, just in terms of like our foundation and support system in a way.
Go to Gio. We were kind of talking about finding that balance between celebrating semifinal win, now preparing for this upcoming match. That's pretty much the do or die match, the final. What have the talks been in the locker room between the coaches, practice? What are the emotions like?
Yeah, we're obviously extremely happy about the semifinal, the quarterfinal, winning those. Not ideal to kind of win them the way that we did. Obviously, we're happy with getting the winning the PK shootout and overtime goals. But yeah, we'd much rather win in the 90 minutes than to extend the game even more. But vibes are really good. We celebrated that win on Saturday, and now it's our heads down, already talking about Orlando. There's not even really a reflection on Gotham just because it's going to be such a different game, and it's really just about us. So yeah, positive vibes, great. Like our heads are up, and we're just improving just the little things that we need to tweak right before.
What kind of talks were today? I mean, Croy winning Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
What was the team like?
I mean, we weren't surprised. So we're extremely happy for her. She's worked so hard, and again, kudos to her to get Rookie of the Year. Getting injured almost halfway through the season is kind of insane. So, yeah, talks were great. Congratulated her, and then obviously having so many players a part of Best 11 and Best 11 second team, I think speaks to how far this club's come and just how great our players are.
Trent, in a final, everything is magnified. Big stage, the pressure. How does this team, this club, embrace the pressure?
Doing what we've been doing, I think there's kind of talk of us being underdogs, which is genuinely confusing to me. I don't think we should be. I don't think we are, but I guess we're just going to use that as motivation because we've kind of been sitting, not kind of, we've been sitting at the top of the table the entire season, but somehow we're still underdogs. Doesn't really make sense. But I think there has been zero pressure in the weirdest way, and I think it's allowed us to stay so close and so just locked in on the main goal. I feel like we come here every single day and we're not thinking about anybody else. We're just thinking about getting our training done and winning the game on the weekend. And yeah, I honestly think that the vibe of the team isn't even really nervous. We're just ready to win another game because everyone's kind of looking at Orlando anyway. So that's fine.
You've had the experience of hoisting the trophy in 2021. That was rookie Trent. So here we are, down the road here. How differently are you approaching 2021 versus this match? Do you feel more comfortable, and how can you maybe be a leader for this group, especially the younger players that maybe have never experienced the final?
Yeah, I'm a very different player this year, different role on the team. I would say the biggest difference is the unselfishness and my gameplay, but also off the field. I think what's made this team so great is everybody celebrates each other. In the past, I feel like it's kind of like let this person do well, let this person show off, score goals. But this year, I really, truly do believe that everyone plays such a big role on this team. And I would say the leadership role that I play this year is obviously performing to my best ability, but at the same time, it's celebrating all the rookies that have done so well and all the players that have had so many minutes. It's really great to see, and I'm just excited that there are so many good players and that I'm also helping other players be leaders as well.
Go Vasilios and wrap up with Jake.
So you were, like Scott mentioned, you were on that team that won 3 years ago. What's the main difference between that team and this team, and what are the main improvements you guys have made? You feel like?
Yeah, I mean, I already touched on the behind the scenes stuff of like the foundation and support of everything. Um, but yeah, I would just say it's a lot less chaotic. Um, we have our plan and we've been executing it really well. And I think a huge thing for us is in 2021, I feel like we were so focused on everything else but the actual play. It was just kind of like show up and see if we can win. And this year, I feel like that's all we're thinking about is us. And um, there's not, we have our scouting reports, but at the same time, it's how can we improve our style of play and the way that we go about games. It's not how can we improve from how this team played against us. It's more how can we improve from the things that we did wrong. So I think that's really helped us succeed this year.
Trinity, played Orlando twice this season. How much of the film do you look at those matches, or do you guys kind of dump those matches? What's kind of the focus when you take on Orlando? Are you looking back at what you guys might have not done against them in the regular season? Or?
I mean, obviously the coaching staff's doing their work behind the scenes, but yeah, for me, I've definitely watched it a couple times each game. The first game, I think I don't think we had bad performances either game against them. Obviously, the result wasn't there, but the first game, I think we started off not the way we wanted to, but towards the end, we were picking it up and we played the way that we wanted to. So, again, I think with the season, it moved so quickly. But then the second time, obviously, I wasn't there for the game. Lacey wasn't there. Ule wasn't playing. So, again, a different game. But I honestly feel like that was one of the first moments where a lot of players had to step up in a really hard match. And I even thought that game was really well. I think we held really good possession. And honestly, it's not out the door, but I think there's a lot more that we can take from those games than we think, even though we lost. So, yeah, I think it's good to review them, but at the same time, it's going to be a very, very different game again.
Yeah, Jonah. Obviously, you have experience playing in many finals. What is a final like? What kind of take us between the lines, the physicality, the intensity of playing in a final?
I have to say that we are in our best moment in the season. Being honest, everything what we were building so far was going the direction that we wanted. It's be alive for playoff and have a good mentality, a proper tactical idea about what we want to do. And if you see our last games, in the way that we played, our performance, I know that we won in the last minutes, but I think we performed really, really well. We deserved victory against Gotham, against VFC, because we created one more chances than them. And it's going to be a big, big opportunity for us because my feelings in terms of preparation, mentality, physically, everything is perfect. And now we have to do a last effort to have chances to win that championship.
What have you seen over the last couple of weeks, over the last couple of matches, that makes you believe this team can hoist that trophy on Saturday night?
A lot of things. I think the confidence that we have in possession, we can identify much better than the beginning of the season, the middle of the season, in terms of spaces when we had to play short, when we had to play long. Identify that. I think we improve a lot, and also we improve a lot the idea when we are defending in different heights. Right now, the feeling when we are going high, we are having success. The last two games, I think we had a good performance on that. And when we are defending closer on the goal, because we know that the opponents they have good players, I think we are performing also very well. We are not conceding too many chances in each game. That's because we are improving. So yeah, if I had to add something, is the mentality. When you score in the last minutes in the game is because you never give up, and that's very significant. It's just not because we scored. It's because how is our reaction when we are competing in the last minutes. Everyone is speaking the same language until the last minute. I don't see faces facing the floor and bad body language, and in terms of voices, I think we were performing also very, very well. That because attacking, defending, and also the mentality, the team is ready.
Go Gio and then Jake.
Jonah, what's the difference between Champions League final and an NWSL final?
Teams are completely different, but being honest, I think Champions League final for me always arrive the best teams. When I played my last Champions League final against Lyon, for me, Barca and Lyon, we were the best teams in Europe. And being honest right now, also the best teams in the league got in the final. Orlando and Spirit. Why? Because first and second team, they are competing for the final. So then we have other players for sure, but the end is soccer. 11. It's going to be, I think, a challenging game. Both teams with the intensity to give a good entertainment to the supporters. So I think it's going to be a good game in terms of entertainment, and then try to give for sure our best because I think we are going to have chances. It's going to be a very even game because the level of the both teams is very equalized. They compete really, really well during the whole season, but we know that we are going to have chances.
Y más o menos lo que dijo mi compañero también, ¿cómo te preparas para otra final después de jugar tantas en tu carrera?
Bueno, con muchísima tranquilidad, sabiendo que no tenemos que hacer nada excepcional. Todo lo que tiene que ver con la preparación de la semana tiene que ir orientado al plan de partido y a rebajar seguramente también a nivel mental, pues que la gente esté tranquila, ¿no? Que la gente no se tense, porque ya la propia competición te tensa. Entonces, bueno, creo que es importante como entrenador, como staff, lanzar, ¿no? Con nuestra expresión corporal, con nuestros mensajes, lanzar mensajes de tranquilidad, sin muchísima intensidad, porque, bueno, a mí me gusta personalmente rebajar, ¿no? Esos momentos de máxima tensión, intentar rebajar, creo que podemos ayudar muchísimo, ¿no? Si yo estoy con demasiada intensidad, con demasiada energía, quizás nos sobrepasamos, entonces tenemos que calibrarnos muy bien. Entonces creo que la preparación es clave, seguir haciendo las mismas cosas, analizar qué es lo que está haciendo el rival, cómo les podemos hacer daño y después a nivel mental saber exactamente cómo tenemos que competir.
We'll go Jake and then wrap with Cilios. Yeah, Coach. I'm not going to ask about the you played Orlando twice in this season. How much do you look back at those games as you get prepared?
Being honest, I think we had a good performance the last game that we played against them, especially in possession. We had a lot of chances to play inside and then attack the space, but I think in the last meters we had not, you know, we create chances, clear chances, but it was not a good game in the last meters. But in build-up progression, we did a good job. At that moment, I remember that game we had not enough players to prepare the game, different players in different positions. And right now it's other completely different thing. We have more players available. We know, we anticipate what they are gonna do. For sure, they will do the same thing. But right now, we have to take advantage about the games that we played against them. But also, we need to analyze what they are doing because they are using almost, I think, the same players, but they adapt a little bit position attacking and also defending. So we need to make sure that in terms of preparation, we can anticipate everything to make sure that the game plan is the best.
You mentioned they're looking at you guys as underdogs coming into the game. Does that kind of give a little chip on the shoulder a little bit, a little Baltimore material?
No, it's because it's the reality. If you speak before the last games, and I'm being honest, 4 or 5 weeks before, nobody thought that Spirit was getting the second position. Nobody. We were believing a lot, and also after playing against VFC, against Gotham, nobody believed that we could beat them, and we beat them. People are speaking about okay last minutes, but we create the double of chances than them. So we played better than the opponent. We were better than them, and nobody expected. So right now it's the same situation because we lost the 2 games that we played against Orlando. They won the Shield Cup. So we are underdogs, and we are happy with that.
You know, there's a lot of championship experience on this roster. How do you capitalize on using all of this experience?
No, it's important in the mental preparation when you had those feelings before. Much better for you. You can share with your teammates, the feelings during the week. I always like to speak about that, about emotions, what you are feeling, to make sure that we can have them in the right direction. And having so many players here, they can help them too. I always like to use them, to make sure that everyone can connect with each other, to make sure that the players are in the best possible shape, attacking, defending, and also the mentality, have the proper mentality. But at the same time, I think that we don't have to think all the time about the game. This afternoon, we have to enjoy with their family. We have to enjoy, with friends, watching TV and doing other things. We don't have to be putting the focus all the time with the game. Coaches, we have coaches we have because we have to prepare the game in the best possible way and anticipate a lot of scenarios. But for the players, they have to put the focus every morning here, understand what we want to do, attacking, defending, and the proper mentality to prepare the game. But then in the afternoon, they have to disconnect. But for sure, having experienced players, they have, a big experience on their shoulders to let them know how they have to face that game.